by the name of Montgomery Pike. Now, Mr. Pike went on a journey very similar to famous journey of Lewis and Clark. Well, he ventured off to the southern boundaries when he newly acquired Louisiana Purchase. When the English band spotted gone off in the distance, they decided to climb it, presuming to see a great deal for the summer. There in their summer uniforms, supplies were running out, and they were wasting the snow. At that point, he gave up. He never reached the top of the mountain that bears his name. And no, he did not name this mountain after himself either. In his journals,
look back,
he honestly
the
called
valley.
The Grand Peak, meaning its floor 18,000 feet in height and never to be climbed. Pioneers and explorers in the future years were the ones who borrowed his notebooks and journals to navigate through this mountainside. They were so thankful of how accurate all his notes were, and when they reached the top, they named it after him, out of respect. Just a heads up, ladies and gentlemen, get your cameras out and ready. It's about to get beautiful. Her name was Kathleen Lee Bates, and her poem was interset to a song, as we all know, called America the Beautiful. This area right here is called Inspiration Point, because those views like this, that inspired her to write that poem. Now feast your eyes on Mother Nature. Down in the valley below, you'll be able to see little red rocks from Garden Gods. The city out there is Colorado Springs, Colorado. That blackened area off to your left is Black Forest, Colorado. Now, if you have a good pair of eyes, look up to the horizon, and you'll notice that the land is flat. It's a little boring. Not too much going on over there.
I'll hang on to you.
That is the state of Kansas.
He used to ride in an ambulance. I tell you. Learn to plant your feet.
I've got a dog that's on top of this. He's back in the van.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've got a man with slippery vinyl seats. He's fallen over a few times. He likes to pirouette on things like a goat. That's amazing. $1 million view.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
My son's sitting with the elder stand.
Now, also coming in view on the 3C side is Lake Moraine. Lake Moraine is the only natural current lake up on here. It was placed here by glacier. Now, I do know Lake Moraine looks a bit man-made. Some years back, Carl Springs decided to rip it down and build like banks to increase the volume of the lake.
It looks slow.
Now, just like I mentioned earlier,
Dry. Welcome to the dry west.
That lake, look to the left side of it. I noticed that there's a road.
Not where we're from.
That's right. I'll still be
Doesn't stop raining.
Right away.
Okay.
Tug, 25-degree incline.
Now, some people have been wondering, what was the whole purpose of this railway when it all began? And why did you just call it the Tug Railway? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the whole purpose of this railway when it first began is exactly what we're doing right now. The purpose was to entertain people and send them to the top of Pikes Peak, or in some cases, some areas of Pikes Peak. Now, the CBC features upon this railway is the rail that runs to the center of our tracks. If you go outside and look at our tracks, you see the middle rail has teeth coming out of it. This is what you call the rack rail. The outside rails are called T-rails. Now this is our standard gauge railway having 4 feet 8.5 inches. Well, this middle rack rail allows us to move grades of 25%, while no magnesium railroads go to grades of 4 to 3%. Now underneath each car contains 4 cog wheels that mesh with the rack rail, and they're being powered by 855 cubic inch Cummins turbocharged diesel engines.
Cummins.
Hydraulics. While the driving
Gearhead, sorry.
While the braking forces struck to the cog wheel to the rack rail. The outside wheels and the outside rails just support the weight of the train. Excite it.
Cummins. Turbo diesel.
cog railways in the world, but one of the only 3 in the United States. There's one that goes into Mount Washington, New Hampshire, and another one down in the salt mine in Michigan. Now what makes this one so popular, as this is the highest cog rail in the world, having 14,115 feet as its final elevation.
14,150.
The longest cog rail in the world, having 8.9 miles of track laid upon it.
Lots of rubble by the side here. Lots of good pink granite, hard rock. I try to keep my videos clean, no sex, no drugs, no rock and roll. We'll make a one-time exception for the cog railway.
You're in Colorado.
Yeah. Yo, stop that Colorado stuff. What are you smoking anyways?
You'll see how the tree line varies greatly. Now there's 3 combination factors of why trees cannot grow up here. Number 1, as you can witness, the weather up here is very severe. Number 2, trees only get a 3-week period of time actually growing properly, but in the middle of July, doesn't have much to run on. And number 3, just a couple feet below this dirt is permanently frozen. This is what you call permafrost.
Permafrost. How do you like that? I wouldn't have known. Yep, we're coming to the edge of the tree line. That's it. It's funny, they're so healthy up until the edge of the tree lines. You'd think that they'd be burned as we climb mountains in the Adirondacks sometimes. The trees are, whoop, almost out of memory. 2 minutes, 31 seconds. The trees are bent over, scraggly. The wind beats on them. So now they look good right to the edge. It's funny.
Now around this area, ladies and gentlemen, above tree line, we usually accumulate 8 to 12 feet of snow. That's right. Usually it always starts at the average of 8 feet, but when the winds start kicking around here, it actually piles up our wonderful snow to 12 feet. Here's a good example coming up on your 2-seat side.
Yeah, deep snow. Wind-driven snow, you can see the layers. The wind drives it.
The highest clocked-in winds here are 120 miles an hour. So ladies, I know you spend at least 3 hours in the bathroom doing your hair, but if you don't want to ruin it in 2 seconds, you better run off that window.
No problem with me.
Now, coming in view on your 2-seat side is the old section crew house. Before the section crew had their very own trains, they had their very own house. Now, back in the day, we should drop off our section crew here in this house, and they used to live here for months, maintaining and repairing any tracks above tree line. There was another house at least 1.5 miles away from us, and there was 2 more back below tree line. Now, here's another wonderful switching siding with our smaller 2 trains. This smaller train is actually from the 1960s, electric diesel. You can see the resistors on top of it. Right behind it is our actually 1950 train that actually had a push cart to push passengers up, but that's been converted into a wood train. And right in front of it is our good old snowblower handle at least 8 to 12 feet of snow. Literally making cattle into the ground beef in a second too.
And I'm out of memory, 9 seconds left.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if everyone could look at something that can tell time.